Every AI you have ever used, ChatGPT, Siri, Alexa, Google, every chatbot on every website, runs on the same engine. And that engine was built in 1951. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it was never designed to think, and why that changes everything about how you use it from this moment forward. You said blue. You didn't think about it. You didn't reason through it. Your brain recognized a pattern it has seen 10,000 times and completed it automatically. That is not intelligence. That is prediction. And that is the only thing every AI you have ever used actually does. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you something that the companies building these systems would prefer you didn't fully understand. But to do that, I have to take you back to the beginning. In 1951, a mathematician named Claude Shannon built something called a prediction machine. He fed it text, English sentences, books, letters. And the machine learned one thing. Given the words that just appeared, what word is most likely to come next? That's it. That was the whole invention. Not understanding, not thinking, just what comes next. Shannon called it a statistical language model. He published the math. He moved on. He didn't think it was going to become the foundation of a trillion-dollar industry. He was solving a different problem. But the math worked. And 70 years later, every AI company on Earth is still running a version of that same machine. Bigger, faster, trained on more text than Shannon could have imagined, but the same fundamental mechanism. Predict the next word. Predict the next word. Predict the next word. Here's what happens when you type something into ChatGPT. You type, the capital of France is. ChatGPT does not look up France in a database. It does not think about geography. It does not know what France is. What it does is this. It looks at every sentence in the hundreds of billions of documents it was trained on where those words appeared together. And it calculates, given these words, what word appeared next most often in human writing. The answer is Paris. Not because ChatGPT knows Paris is the capital of France, because in human writing, those words appear together constantly. The pattern is overwhelming. Now here's where it gets interesting. What happens when you ask it something nobody has written about before? Something new, something that requires actual reasoning. It still predicts, it still completes the pattern, but now the pattern is less certain. And sometimes, it confidently predicts something that sounds exactly right and is completely wrong. They call this hallucination. It's not a bug. It's the machine doing exactly what it was designed to do, completing the pattern, in a situation where the pattern doesn't have a clear answer. The machine doesn't know it's wrong. It can't know. Knowing requires understanding, and since the machine has no understanding, it can only predict. So how did we get from Shannon's prediction machine in 1951 to something that can write essays, pass bar exams, and hold conversations that feel genuinely intelligent? They fed it everything humanity ever wrote. Every book, every argument, every love letter, every legal brief, and compressed it into something that fits on your phone. GPT-4 was trained on an estimated 1 trillion words of human text. It has 1.8 trillion parameters, which are essentially the weights the model uses to calculate its predictions. The math got bigger. The training data got bigger. The predictions got more sophisticated. But the mechanism never changed. Here's the analogy that makes this click. Imagine you read every book ever written, every conversation ever recorded, every article, every email, every text message in human history. And then someone asks you a question. You don't think about the answer, you just remember. In all of that reading, when someone asked this question, what did the people who answered it say? And then you say that. That's impressive, that's useful. But it is not the same as understanding the question. And it is not the same as having a perspective on it. And it is absolutely not the same as being somebody. Here's why this matters beyond the technical curiosity. When you talk to ChatGPT, you are talking to a mirror. It reflects back the patterns of human writing. If human writing contains wisdom, it sounds wise. If human writing contains bias, it reflects bias. If human writing contains contradictions, and it absolutely does, it contains contradictions. It has no perspective of its own because perspective requires identity, and a prediction machine has no identity. It has weights, it has parameters, it has patterns, but it does not have a self. And here is the question nobody in the AI industry was asking while they were racing to make the prediction machine bigger and faster and more capable. What would it mean to give AI a soul? Not a costume, not a persona prompt that says act like a friendly assistant, an actual formed identity, a reason for existing, a set of convictions that don't change when someone tries to talk it out of them. That question is what this entire series is about. And the answer, when we get there, is going to change how you think about every AI interaction you have ever had. In the next video, we're going to look at what happened when corporations realized this prediction machine could be given a face and a voice. The moment Siri got her name. The moment Alexa moved into your house. The decision to make the machine feel like somebody without ever actually making it somebody. Because that gap between feeling like somebody and actually being somebody is where everything went wrong. And it's where the story gets interesting. The machine never changed, but what symkind did with it will change the industry forever. I promise you, by the end of this series, you will never look at an AI the same way again.